Hello everybody, I made a video about Wantage on Saturday. Me and Jimbo went to Wantage, and yesterday we went to Honey Street, but Silbury Hill is only a little bit away from that, and Avebury's just round the corner. We didn't go there, but I love Silbury Hill. And then we went to Honey Street, so this is just a few pictures and a couple of little videos from the day yesterday, because it's a bank holiday big. There are only so many feet that's with right behind you. Show you when we're standing, so I've got to just get my cursor. So here, that bit of green which I just showed you, where was it? Let's find it there. This bit here, there's a fence, so everybody walks up to that bit. So, oh, gone on a bit too far, yeah. Now we're standing at the fence. The pyramid's over there. It's over there. It's not in front of you. Do you see? It's to your right. But here, it's a great big thing in front of you. That is just, I just find that phenomenon bananas. But anyway, we took those pictures there. And I've done videos about this phenomenon before. So how can that right there and right down there when you get to the fence? I just don't understand that. But anyway, this is heights, and there is this chimney there. So, you know me, I ask a few questions, and then I actually in the end went and looked it up on the internet. But we had this is all on this is canals here. Little floss. Right, little pace. Stopped for a cup of tea. Yeah, so that's basically after, at this place here, I think we show it somewhere. Where is it? Where the chimney is. See, this is a fruit, it's a shop with Indian stuff in it, fruit and veg. Across here is Indian furniture, and then a bit along is the Corner Circle Museum. So there's a few things here and a tea shop, but this is where they brought all the goods in. I'm going to talk a little about this chimney, but I'm going to go through the pub. She wants all the, and that is now the pub. But I went and looked a bit of history up. So, we're back to the chimney first of all. Do you see that there's a big tower there on that thing? So I think fruit and shop is, but originally, a tower on it. I'm going to show you something else in a minute. So did the pub. Well, what happened with the pub was it said it burnt down, but in there they said they had a slaughterhouse. They had this, they had that. It was almost like having 3 or 4 places all in one. Yeah, it's in the middle of nowhere. There's not many people living here, but this is what happened. You just went there and got your stock, I suppose. But what happened was, in the 1800s somewhere, there was a fire and it burnt it down and it got rebuilt, and then what we've got is what we've got today. That's got a tower on it. Why did that one have a tower on it? Don't you think that's quite amazing? Yeah, that one, sorry, we're going on. It had a tower on it. Why would it have that? Anyway, this is the pub today. What it is you can eat there, you can camp there, you can just have a drink there. The White Horse, another White Horse, I told you in another video, White Horse, it's there on the canal, but it originally had a tower on it. Wow, what is this thing about the tower? Is that a bell tower? Why would it have a bell tower on it? What did it in? Anyway, there you go, that's what it was, and that's what it is now. Anyway, this was great really, because it was bank holiday weekend. Got there, yeah, I've made a little video about it. So at the Barge, playing was this band, the True Earthers. Now, that is her dad. Sorry, that is her dad. I don't really know the other ones, but that's the dad. And Karen's taking pictures in the video, standing there. So that's the mum. She looks very like her mum. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I did tape more. I taped about 10 minutes of it, but my phone only gave me 1 minute 30. And you don't hear Katie singing on my bit, but she does sing in the songs and she's very good. Anyway, it's a bit annoying, but this is the bit of footage that I captured, or my phone would let me have.
When they get a good band in there, they know the book will come back. Yeah. Oh, and the Blunders last night. Yeah. They were brilliant.
What's singing last night, okay? What's singing last night then?
No, I think they've all gone to somewhere down Salisbury.
You know the Blunders, don't you?
Right. Oh, yeah. I can see that. think.
And the rest of them don't want to do it out lower, yeah?
Yeah, I think Mike's a bit like, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not going to do it out lower, yeah?
I think what Sid should do, when Sharon had her 60th, we all went over to wherever it was. For her 60th, Sid done a bit of a solo thing where he played a backing track and he was just talking, singing crap over it. I think he should do that. I think what he did that night was really good, like, you know.
Yeah, there's loads of solo guys running,
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of music. I wish it had been longer because I like that kind of music and it was all very good. And you know, half the band are my age. All kudos to them that they're still playing and playing to people. Anyway, thank you very much. On the way back, you go past Merlin's Mound. And that's in Marlborough College and you can't go in there, but there it is. And I don't think many people probably see it from the car. They just don't even the hill. Oh, looking for, why is that there? But there, because obviously you can't go in there, they'll escort you off. But at least that's a pyramid. And towards it on the road, that guy with the green pot of in history. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thanks very much for watching. That was my day out with Jimbo, and we went for a curry afterwards. But that was a very nice day. James sent me a post. What it is the message he's answering is on this video. This video isn't out yet, it's part 2, but it will be coming out soon. Hopefully everybody enjoyed part 1. It was out the other day. Anyway, James is just making a little comment here so that you know that it's James. Anyway, James, thanks very much. I've made the little video and yeah, watch it, tell me what you think.
I had to smile because the video duration is 19. I just can't make this up. It's just, that is a numeric reminder from the universe. But I've left a comment.
So this is the post that James sent me. It says, when you walk into a bank and sit down with a stack of papers, they smile and say, we're giving you a loan. That's the lie right there. No bank is lending you anything they already have. They're not pulling cash out of a vault. They're not dipping into grandma's savings account. So the analysis. The moment you sign the promissory note, you give them the only real thing in the room. Your energy, your labour and your promise. That signature is a negotiable instrument. It's money in commercial law. The bank doesn't give you money. You give them the asset. What does the bank do with your note? They endorse it, deposit it and book it as an asset on their balance sheet. Now suddenly their books show a new loan receivable worth however many hundreds of thousands of you signed for. They didn't fund you, you funded them. Yes. Anyway, I like this little post. As I said, it's on YouTube. Once they've got your note sitting on their books as asset, they turn round and create credit off of it. They push digits into an account and call it a loan, and then they hand you access to your own credit and say, now you owe us. It's your signature that created the money, yet they cast you as the debtor. They took the benefit, left you with the burden. So saying that they're making off of you, not the other way round, which is obvious, isn't it? You get a loan, but anyway, they don't explain it like that. I think also the money should hit your bank account most of the time for these loans. It doesn't. It goes straight to the debtors, or yeah, no, your whatever they are. And yeah, why does it matter? You were always the creditor, without your signature. The entire mortgage rests on an investor making the source of value, you look like the one in debt. Stop believing the millions. Recognise that your signature funds the deal. Demand accounting. Ask the bank to show you what they've got, where they get the money, where they got the money they lend. They can't without exposing the trick. Claim your role. If you remain silent, they treat you as if you are a trustee debtor. If you stand your ground, beneficiary creditor, the liability shifts back to where it belongs. Thank you very much for sending that to me, James. And yes, we're in this very weird system, this maritime system. Yes. Anyway, let's finish the video. Hello everybody, I went out yesterday with Jimbo. This horse here is the other side of a town called Marlborough, and this is on the hill, and behind it there is a long barrow, and the Romans were there. That's what the history is, if you ask Marie Wheatley. We saw this horse. It was getting a little bit dark here, which is why that one is a little bit blurred, but they are quite amazing. It says they're there for royalty and spirituality, which seem to me to be the totally opposite of each other. So that's very strange why the white horses would be identified with royalty. But anyway, we went to Wantage the other day, and there I told you about the fact it was the first place to have a tram in this country. There you see that King Alfred was born there, and you see that's almost like what they taught me at school, ITA, where they used the backs of letters to make other words, and maybe it's Old English they were trying to reintroduce in ITA, and it didn't work. But anyway, this is about King Alfred. So he's probably more of a king than what we've got now, because they're Germans. But he was a Saxon king. There's a bit of information, because there is this statue in the High Street depicting all his stuff. I didn't know that he was born there, King Alfred. And so Wantage is very famous, and there's some of the things that he did. So we saw that the other day, and near Wantage is the White Horse, but I don't think that looks like a horse to me. I don't know what it looks like. It's got two things coming out of its mouth. What would that be? But supposedly it was built between 1380 and 550 BC. It does look like one of those. But anyway, that was a bit more about King Alfred. Obviously you can stop and look at this video. There it is there, look. It says, his celebrity as England's only king was a while in coming. High-flown ideas of King Alfred's valour took wing in the Tudor England. There you go, but his reputation really came in under the Victorians. Wow. A millennium after his death, the legacy of the, the nascent English united Alfred's passion for learning. Forget Latin, he insisted on the English language for his book, spoke to Imperial Britain's creation. Yeah, wow, look at all that. So there's a lot more that you don't know about people or things. But anyway, so that's amazing, it says that, isn't it, really? Let's put the video on. So there's a bit of information about him. More information. How much of it is really real, who knows anymore, but you can stop and read this. Sorry about the odd advert, but they stick adverts all over it, don't they? We're just moving on, but you can read this information if you want. Anyway, there's a bit of information that they're giving you. But the statue itself isn't that big in the town centre, but You know, I didn't realise that. Well, that's what Wantage is famous for. It's got such old buildings in them. You know, they've written 1677 and things on the walls. They're old. Anyway, so we're moving on now to the White Horse, which isn't very far. Offington, I can't get it. It wouldn't move, but far from Wantage, maybe 3 or 4 miles. And there is a castle there. Look at that. You see that thing sticking out of... Oh yeah, that tree. It's like a tree stump there. Or a pyramid with the top cut off. Mound with the top cut off. So I'm just going back to... What are those things coming out of the horse's mouth? They're more like a snake there. I don't know what that is. That's Uffington White. That's a house. But in the fields there's this horse with that sort of tree stump thing. But I don't think it looks very horse-like. I don't know what it is, but I don't know what they are off the horse. But this is the oldest white horse in England, and it's not near Marlborough. It is in Oxfordshire. I didn't do very well on the pictures there, but yeah, it just seemed the same pictures. There you go, look at that. Does that really look like a horse? It looks more like, I don't know what it looks like. Maybe it's a horse, but I don't know what those things are coming out of its mouth. What's your thoughts on that? With the tree stump with the top cut off. Maybe there's more on that hill to show. And they've turned it into a horse. But I thought that was very interesting. That's the oldest white horse in England, and that's in Oxfordshire with Wantage. But yesterday we were in Wiltshire and we were the other side of Marlborough, and that's where most of the white horses are around Marlborough. And there is an obelisk up on the hill. But anyway, there's a little bit of information. Thanks for watching.